Good morning. My name is Shannon Fisher, care of Webnescence Enterprises, here to deliver this week's 7-day forecast. Today is Monday, March the 13th, and these messages are good for us for the outlook of the next 7 days, including today. So the look is at up until the 19th of March. However, with that being said, Spirit wants to remind us all that it has no limits and boundaries and does not work with linear time like we do. So just be open. If you are guided to come and see this replay at a different time, be open to the messages regardless of the date. There's a reason for it. And I apologize that I am 10 minutes late. I didn't realize I was starting to stream on my personal private channel instead of my business one. So I had to redo everything. So I've made it. Here we are. I'm just going to light the sage and take a moment to clear the space in the physical as well as the virtual space. So I invite you to join me in closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax. Beautiful. There's a calmness in the air that I'm feeling today. It's really quite beautiful, and I would really hope that everybody else can feel it too. I don't have any music playing in the background today. Upon listening back to a couple of other videos here, you could hardly hear it anyway. But there are quite a few birds that I can hear chirping away outside, and I do hope you get to hear those. So this morning when I tuned in with so much deep gratitude for the events that are unfolding in my life lately is really quite amazing. Even the challenging things have been proving to work out better than I could have even imagined. And there's a lot of the word I'm getting is restoration energy. There's a lot of things restoring, and that doesn't mean that we're going back into something we already knew. It's just the energies that may have been discordant or out of balance have. Well, I'm hearing that things have been rectified. So there's a new harmony taking place, and moving forward is going to be quite different. It's not about restoring back into something that once was. It's a restoring of energy into a more harmonic place of balance. So moving forward, I don't even know what to expect. And Spirit's like, good. Be open to new possibilities, things that you couldn't even think of. Just be open to receive. So the messages that were coming in as I tuned in my morning meditation for this live broadcast for us today, the first thing Spirit said was slow down, slow down, slow down. I know with that excitable energy, it tends to want to kick us into gear and hit the ground running because it's excitable energy. There's a time and a place for that, though. And it feels like with this message that is connected to that excitement is for us to sit back, remember to breathe, right? Because just most of the time, our breathing is automatic. It happens without us thinking about it in order to keep us alive. And so grateful for that. But when we become a conscious breather, which was the next message, slow down and then breathe consciously. When you work with your breath consciously, you will better be able to manage your energy and your overall well-being as a master, which is beautiful. But it takes some training to get there. This is why, like, meditation and breathing exercises consciously is a practice that, well, Spirit says it's a requirement for us in order to know ourselves and manage our energy. We're all here to manage ourselves, not other people, regardless of the situation, right? We can assist others, but we're not here to manage them, manage their feelings, manage their actions. We're not here to do that. So when we learn how to take full responsibility of ourselves, this is the message. Slow down, start breathing consciously, because your breath will tell you where you're at. If you're in a state of fight or flight, you're going to either be breathing very shallow and rapid, right? Or you might be breathing to the point where you breathe in and then you stop breathing, right? You're like holding on to something. There's resistance. So when we consciously bring our awareness to the breath and then we regulate that breath, then that allows us to relax. When we can relax, then we are better able to clear our mind of whatever fear popped in, right? Relax first, and then we'd be able to clearly be able to reflect on what's actually taking place and decipher and discern whether or not the fear that popped up is actual danger or if it's false evidence appearing real. The acronym of fear, false evidence appearing real. So if there's no danger, then it's the fear is false evidence appearing real. And when you take account for what's happening right here, right now through that breath, and there's no danger, you will relax. And in that relaxed state, your mind clears up. Your body's relaxed. You can reflect on the situation, and then you will be better equipped to respond or know how to respond, even if that response is to not engage in something and simply walk away and just not give it your attention because you may realize it's not yours, right? Oh, that was such a beautiful message when it came in. I'm very aware of it, but I love it when Spirit comes in that strongly yet gently with that message, because it will help us every single day in every single way. Yeah. So the next message is embrace the gifts that are coming. So, and this is what's kicking up some pretty excitable energy in my field. And it would not be surprising because these messages that I'm delivering here are on a collective level. So, and it may not resonate. These messages may not resonate with everybody right now, but like I said, Spirit is not linear like we are. So whoever's meant to see these will see them at whatever given time in the human reality, physical reality of things. And that's divinely right for them. So embrace the gifts that are coming, and then the relax, reflect, and then be able to respond is what came after. So yes, the gifts that are coming. What I hear from Spirit with this one is that it's going to be confusing to some people that may still view the world as happening to them instead of for them. So, and I get it. I've been there. And at times the human level of me, the lower self, will kick in and go into that old programming too, that, oh my God, it's happening again. Like, no, I don't deserve this. It's a victim mode, right? And it's just a reminder that I've switched back into what's referred to as the ego and not trusting that there's something else happening here and it's for me. It's not to me. Um, Life is all about learning, right? And finding new ways of discovering who you are as a person, not trying to figure out what everybody else is and what they're doing and why. That's a distraction to keep you from knowing and mastering your own self. Um, so there's gifts that are coming, but for some people, it might feel the first thing because of that old programming. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And I hear a lot of people that have shifted out of that still kind of believe that. And I don't myself, because I do honestly believe that things can happen better than I can expect. And if I have that mentality and old belief that if it's too good to be true, then it probably isn't, then I'm not actually going to be open to receive the things that are beyond my comprehension that are fantastic for me. I definitely don't want to be putting in a wrench into being able to receive these gifts because of an old negative belief system that tells me that if it seems too good to be true, then it is. Now, this is not to say that if something doesn't resonate as the truth and it's looking like something it's not. Those are two very different things. So it's really important to put that belief in check here, because you don't want to apply a belief system to everything if something that seems to be too good to be true. I mean, if it is, but you're choosing not to believe that because of that belief system running, um, you may end up disregarding that gift that was meant for you, that you've actually asked for as well. So, time for us to get out of our own ways with our mental thinking, like the mentality and the old ways of believing things that are extremely limiting and can be in a program of self sabotage. But in order to be able to see clearly and feel clearly, we need to be in a calm state of being. And the only way to get calm is to take a moment. I love they're showing me the movie After Earth with Will Smith and his son, and the training that he gives when his son is having a moment and freaking out, rightfully so. He's in a dangerous environment, but he, in order to get him out of that panic mode, he says, take a knee and then check yourself. Go to your body. What are you feeling? What do you hear? What do you see? What do you know? Right? You check out the five senses: hear, see, smell, touch, taste. Right? Go through all of them. That brings you present into this now moment, which clears your mind, which then gives you clarity for that proper reflection to know how to respond in the situation that is calm and centered and for your highest good, right? So that's where we're at. Something's coming. There might be multiple things coming this week. Keep breathing. Consciously breathe. Slow yourself down. Trust what you feel, but get in tune with your body and calm it down so you can feel the truth of what's happening. And if after you've calmed down and you still feel that something doesn't feel right, trust it. Trust that. It's not in alignment for you. Again, that would be a gift for you not to go in that direction or not to allow that to come into your field. And then the next opportunity will come to you that most likely will be in alignment with what it is you wish to be a part of. So embrace the gifts that are coming. Allow yourself to be open to receive and be open and receptive to be receiving things in ways that you haven't normally thought of before, or maybe have never even was able to touch on a possibility of it all. That's the magic. Okay. Without further ado, I am going to pull one card from the Ascended Masters Oracle by Doreen Virtue right here. And then I'm pulling one card from the Divine Energy Oracle by Sonia Choquette. And then I'm going to pull one card from the Goddess Power Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Now, when I say I'm pulling one card, we always get two from each deck, because the main message, which is the one card pull, those messages are pertaining to our physical reality and what to expect, and how to the guidance coming through that message for us to apply when and where you feel it fits over the coming week. Okay, so that's in connection to the physical reality. Now, what remains at the bottom of the deck is a bigger picture overview of what we're going through. So this is like the spiritual message, the energetics of what we're going through. So the main message is down below. This is what we're doing, and it's to get us to this I want to say higher level of, or greater level of understanding, because when I speak of higher levels and raising vibration and energies that way, it's not greater than or less than somebody else. It's not a comparison game like the human condition has us believing everything is. We're all equal. We all have the same capabilities and abilities as each other. Whether or not we choose to align and work with those things is up to the free will of the individual. So if everybody pulled back and trying to convince everybody else of what they believe is right and true, we'll start coming into a better harmonizing collectively and moving forward, respecting each other's differences, which is all that's needed to stop the fighting, to stop the chaos. But everybody has to come into that of their own. Did you hear the horn? They were like, don't forget that. It was beautiful. Okay. Most important message, please, for the human collective for the week of March 13th through 19th, 2023. Most important message for the human collective for the week of March 13th through 19th, 2023. Please and thank you. And the last one, here we go. Most important message for the human collective for the week of March 13th through 19th, 2023. Please and thank you. All right. I love it. I love it. I love how I can do the channeled messages first. Then when I pulled the cards, it pretty much wraps up everything that we have already spoken about. Just for you guys to know as well, and I can't remember if I explained this on some of the other videos. Sometimes I forget. There's so much information. I don't always make notes for everything. But after we're done, I take pictures of the cards, the spread that I've done, and I will take a full, like a picture of the full write-up from each of the respective books. I post a TikTok video with all the pictures and the information, and on TikTok you can just pause the video in order to read everything. don't worry about not being able to read it all before the next one slides over because it's really quite quick, but I have figured that out. You can pause in order to read it. And then I share that on Facebook because I'm still unable to do lives on Facebook. So, yeah, there's more information you can take in at your leisure if you would like to check out those other streams. So, on Facebook, you can find me at Webinescence Enterprises. That's the business page. And on TikTok, I believe it's at Webinescence. Yeah, I pretty much have that handle. And then on Instagram, it's at Webinescence_enterprises. I'm sure if you type in my name, Shannon Fisher, it pops up on TikTok and Instagram with Webinescence connected to it, as I use those platforms for business only, not personal use. All right. So the Ascended Masters for this week, we have Lady Nada in the physical position, right? The general message here is mother, wife, sister, and daughter. And this card talks about something to do with a significant female or females in our lives. And so they're saying the discord that used to be, there is a harmony, there is a healing that has taken place, whether we were consciously working on it together or doing our own personal work with it. This is also in connection to the divine feminine energies. And of course, if those of you that do follow me on Facebook and stuff, there was a weird happenstance that happened just last week or during last week about the International Women's Day. And not only were we celebrating it on March 8th, but there was a celebration of it because I had written it down in my journal on February 27th. And I'm like, well, isn't that interesting? Like, I had messages in my emails and on Facebook and not memories that it was being celebrated on the 27th. And then again, nationally and worldwide on March 8th. So this divine feminine energy, right? The divine feminine energy, she is very present and active in all of our lives here in the human collective at this time. The suppression of the feminine energies, the energy has lifted off of that. So she is rising like the phoenix, but the divine feminine is balanced with the divine masculine. It's not just the feminine. She's balanced with both those sacred energies, right? And this is what's coming alive within each and every one of us, whether we're aware of it or not. So don't be surprised if this week you find that past relationships are healing, or at least like, and again, that doesn't mean we're going to get back together, if you will, and start co-creating again. But I mean, that is a possibility. But this just means that once what once was has fulfilled its purpose. And I feel everybody's figured this out now and found the blessings in the gifts that were given. So as a very beautiful divine feminine that I know and I had been estranged from for a couple of years now, ended up meeting up at a dance function yesterday. It was amazing. There was quite a few people there that I have been estranged from for a little while. The universe knows when to bring things together. But this one particular beautiful woman, she shared a message of no resentments and no regrets. And it was simple, it was powerful, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. Everything happens for a reason, even in the messiness of some unfoldings. It's all necessary for us, for all of our growth, that which has brought us to exactly that point where we were and where we are now. So it was wonderful to be brought together in such a sacred space to do a dance collectively, but on a personal level, where the healing has taken place. No matter if we can't wrap our conscious minds around it, the heart knows, and I know I definitely felt it and was so grateful for it and for each and every person there. So then in the bigger picture, the energetics from the ascended masters, we've got Buddha with meditate, right? So going back to this for a second, the divine feminine energies that are rising in each and every one of us, and this is balanced energy with the masculine. So knowing when to take action when those creative juices start flowing as well. And some form of meditation is a way of working with, it's a powerful way to work with the divine feminine energies, because meditation can allow you to visualize, relax, and be calm, which opens you up to be receptive for divine guidance and promotes optimum health and well-being. There may be an up level of creativity or inspiration that's going to come up through us with this divine feminine energy rising. And when we instill a meditation practice, which meditation, by the way, doesn't mean you're shutting out the whole world, or, I mean, you do get to a place like that when you're taking the time to slow down and get centered within yourself. Absolutely. But meditation doesn't mean that you stop what you're doing and you shut off your mind, right? It's not always about sitting and being still. Meditation is, quite frankly, becoming present in the now moment and this moment and this moment. So it's not thinking and remembering of the past. It's not worrying or projecting something in the future. It's being fully present and engaged in this moment now, wherever you are now, right? Okay, so this higher self, bigger picture, energetic message too of meditate is, if there's discord happening between some females in your life with you, you're being asked from your higher self to sit in meditation. Allow yourself to consciously breathe, get centered with you in your being in order to shift a perspective and ask for that inner guidance of how to move forward. And remember, if you're trying to change how somebody else is, what are you running away from within yourself that you're refusing to look at? Because we're not here to control others. We're here to learn how to master and manage ourselves. And nobody can make you feel or do anything that you choose not to without your permission. Right? I want to clarify that, because people are going to go, wait a second. There's some instances, and I get it. I know what those instances are. However, there is always a bigger picture and reasons for it. God forbid the traumas take place, right? And the tragedies take place. God forbid. However, everything does happen for a reason. What I'm talking about here is that other people's behaviors belong to them, not you. And most of what they're projecting onto you, if that's the case, is not because of you, right? Their own mismanagement within their own energy and being is what is being projected. And so if you're triggered with very deep feelings about something, that's a signal and an opportunity, a gift really, for you to go within yourself and manage your feelings, because your feelings need to be managed only by you, not by anybody else. That's what I meant by that. So I hope that made sense. Okay, moving on to the next messages from the Divine Energy Oracle. The first one is seek hidden treasure. So this is in the physical reality and in connection to the divine feminine, and or working through some stuff, maybe with the for females and feminine energy that may have been clashing. There's a healing taking place here this week. And with the seek hidden treasure message in connection to that, I feel like we're being invited to open up to a new possibility. So allow yourself to be open to maybe perceiving the other person in a way that was clouded by your own perception. If you can allow yourself to be wrong about something, then you will allow yourself to be open to receive and understand and really hear where the other person is coming from, and realize that it's not personal. So when we start taking other people's words and things on a personal level, when it doesn't resonate with us, but we're making it personal, that we end up causing pain and suffering within ourselves and within our relationships with others. So stop taking on what's not yours to process, and understand your feelings are yours and yours alone, and get to the bottom of why you're feeling the way you're feeling without pointing the finger at anyone outside of yourself. That's the hidden treasure. Okay. And that's on the physical level. It's going to help balance things out, right? Because the only thing we can change is ourselves. That's the only power we have in this world. We can try to do this power outside of ourselves, but look what's happening in the world on a larger scale. And nobody wants that yet. They're still trying to do it. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Bigger picture from the Divine Energy Oracle is begin to explore. And again, that is explore. Be open to the possibility that what you thought you knew may have been incorrect, so that you can be open to learning and understanding from a different perspective. Always trust what you feel, but don't feel a negative thing towards something without actually allowing yourself, like, play with the possibilities that maybe you were wrong about something, so that you can be open to receive a truth about something that you couldn't see because of that bias or that judgment, because of whatever perception or blinders that may have been on. Humans do this, every single one of us, no matter how spiritual you are, right? It's part of the human experience. It's also very conditioned into us as well. And if we're not aware and managing ourselves on a greater level of allowing ourselves to be wrong so we can be open to a different perspective, then we're going to start to understand and shift out of old locked in energy into something new, which allows us to grow instead of holding ourselves back. So begin to explore and seeking, which is being able to seek the hidden treasure. If you're not open to a new perspective or new possibilities, you're not going to find the liberation, the freedom, and the harmony that I know you're looking for. Oh, one of my vertebrae just clicked on that one. That was beautiful. Okay, now the last two messages coming from the Goddess Oracle. The Goddess Oracle, the first one, we have Freya. Freya's message is radical acceptance. So radical acceptance is understanding, like I was touching base on, I understand that there are situations that may very well seem like they're out of your control. But really, you always have control about what you're feeling, no matter what you're going through, and how you decide to view it so that you can change. No matter what somebody's doing to you, you can, in that moment, free your own mind of whatever is going on, right? People do this a lot. They disassociate, right? Or they have an out of body experience while this is taking place, and then they forget in order to survive it, right? There's, it's, it, but regardless, the bigger picture and radical acceptance is also allowing ourselves to be wrong in situations that we knew or felt without a shadow of a doubt that we were right about, allowing ourselves to be open to the possibility that maybe we were foreshadowing that belief for some reason, and it may have served us in the past, but it's not going to serve us moving forward now, because now maybe you've decided you want to move forward rooted in the truth, because the truth is what sets us free. And if we were holding on to beliefs that were not aligned with the truth, and the truth just is, right? We don't need to justify or have different perspectives about it or whatever. The truth just is. It is what it is. Beliefs, however, get mistaken as truths, right? So radical acceptance allows us to forgive what's happened. And that doesn't mean condoning bad behavior. Don't get me wrong. Forgiveness has nothing to do with condoning behavior that shouldn't take place. But the fact is that it did, and there is a greater reason for it. We may not understand what it is and why, especially on a lower third dimensional reality way of thinking. We can figure out from a big picture, right? When those of us that believe in the reincarnation or having multiple lives as a soul in a human body on this planet, there's the karma. That word, there's so much stigmatism and misunderstanding about that. Karma is just another word or name or label that was given to the universal law of cause and effect. It's not good, it's not bad, it's extremely indifferent. However, it is a law, a universal law, that no one, no matter how magical and powerful you believe yourself to be, can override the universal laws. Okay, without some kind of consequence or reward, which is the law of cause and effect. When you do something, depending on what you're doing, will either reap a benefit or cause a consequence. Right? It's a natural balance that has been put in play as part of this reality and game of life that we get to play with, right? And our free will, when we misuse that free will, overpowering others' free will, the consequences that come with that can be quite drastic. And that doesn't mean the person is, it's not a retaliation. The law, a universal law of cause and effect, is a universal thing. The energy will find a way to balance itself out, whether you have something to do with it personally or the divine is taking care of it personally, because everything's in balance in that aspect and perspective. We don't necessarily see that down here, but there's a lot at play going on down here, and not all of it, actually, most of it, is not as it seems. Right? So, radical acceptance of things, especially parts of ourselves that we have been unwilling to surrender, is the greatest freedom of all for yourself. And it helps set the stage for others. In the bigger picture, energetic higher self, we got Benzai Jen, who represents beauty. So we are going to understand at some level, especially if we're implementing a meditation practice in order to explore and open up to new ways of thinking, being, and doing. It'll shift. And I know this from personal experience. This is why meditation is such a widely renowned and effective practice for people to begin to understand themselves and heal and relax and shift from a negative perspective of life into one of absolute beauty. Because in all its chaos that we're being given to navigate and work with, it's all for our greater good, no matter if you believe that or not. And there is beauty in everything. So really, really important to my spirit saying now to, again, slow down, start consciously breathing more often than not, so you can be in that centered state of being instead of caught up in the storm outside of yourself. This way you will be able to start to receive the gifts that are coming with an open mind instead of one that's shut down from that and programmed with the negative. Oh, no, everyone's out to get me, and you can't trust these people or that thing or that organization. I mean, with that hyper focus on things, that's keeping that kind of energy and structure alive. Unplug and plug back into yourself to manage yourself. When we all do this, when we all start doing this, our outside reality is going to start reflecting the balance that we hold within. This is how you can make a change. Right? Shift. If you find the beauty within yourself, you are going to start seeing more of the beauty outside of yourself. This is how it works. And it is so simple. And then I can hear other people go, oh, there's that too good to be true again. Please allow yourself to be wrong with that particular belief so that you can open up to magic and beauty and synchronicity and the divine, which is always giving us something that we could use and benefit from. I'm excited for this week. Tonight, I am launching my very first Monday meditations journey, I guess I'm going to call it a journey, because I'm going to hold it every Monday evenings from 7:30 to 8:30. I can hold up to about 10 people. I'll see if I get a full house. If that seems to be too crowded, I'll make necessary adjustments as we go along. But I'm really, really excited to start doing this. Spirit has been pushing me to run a meditation journey class or workshop or event, whatever you want to call it, for people for quite a few years. But I felt it very out of my comfort zone. But I have written meditations in my chakra line book and deck of cards that I have created quite a few years ago. And I don't know why I don't share that very often, but I guess it's going to start coming out because I found the old files of it and started making more copies. So it's starting to come back to the light. That's one thing. If something was created on solid foundation, regardless of the things that fall away, we come into cycles and segments of our life where, there's tower moments where it's time to restructure things, and we're going to let everything fall away. And then whatever is built in solid foundation will make its way back into our lives, and a rebuild gets to take place from that new reset, if you will. And the things that were not built on solid foundation, they get removed, right? So it's interesting. Yeah, so tonight I'm doing it. I am providing the guided meditation journeys to whomever is available to come. They are being held in person. I may end up doing online. I'll put that out and see if anybody would be interested in something like that, and then pick a day to do that. If that's meant to come down the pipeline. And then, so yeah, if you want to participate in that, you can register under the special events tab on my website, or you can contact me directly if you want to register offline by either bringing cash or doing e-transfers, because you can't do an e-transfer payment while you sign up online, but you can mark pay in person. Which is, to me, same thing. You can do the e-transfer. And I've set it on a sliding scale. So if you can only afford to pay $10 or $15 or $20, whatever is affordable for you on that scale is greatly appreciated. And then the other event that is happening this week is on Thursday with the beautiful Alexandra Dohan from Green Vibration. She's from Chilliwack. Will be coming here, hosting in this space, facilitating a sound healing journey with Blue Lotus Tea, which I am very, very excited to participate in. We still have a few spaces available, and anyone who would like to go to that, there is a video that I made about that event. So you can contact Alexandra at the symbol at greenvibration.ca. That's her email address. So you can sign up with her that way. Space is limited to 10 people. So we do need to know well in advance how many are coming, so we know how to set up the space for everyone. And thank you all for coming to watch this, no matter when you are here. And I will honor giving private message mini readings to whomever catches this video during the time frame of March 13th and March 19th, providing you are watching from your own YouTube channel or account, which you can sign up for free. You won't be able to comment if you don't have a YouTube subscription. So if you want a free reading, sign up for YouTube, come back, watch this, and then comment to me what it is that you would like clarity, validation, or guidance on. It could be something specific, or you could simply ask, please tell me what I need to know from Spirit right now. And I will deliver the message. Again, only these videos are only through the time frame of these. I will honor the time frame for these personal readings, limiting it to March 13th through the 19th. So come next week, there'll be a new video and a new chance to or opportunity to ask for guidance and receive it, whether you're live with me or you're catching the replay. All right. Well, I hope all of you have a wonderful next 7 days. Yes, it's exciting. Slow down and breathe, especially through all of the excitement that's coming, so that you are better prepared to be open to receive the gifts that are coming, and you don't mistake it for something that it's not. I'm so excited. And yeah, so enjoy. I will see you again next week. Namaste.